Clinkz to close up their lineup. What do you make of this? Is this going to be a solid game from OG yet again, like we saw in game 2? Are we going to see Secret hit back with the ferociousness we got to witness from them in the opening game of this series?
I'm not sure, Owen. I'm seeing a lot of potential for stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Wyvern overall as a hero, but it has its purpose always versus a Nick, so I can see why they would pick it up with that. Usually I do like to see it with some type of combo pairing. Urspirit's okay. It's not phenomenal though. Usually it's like some type of AoE stun, so you have a follow-up with the curse. Urspirit can at least like blanket a magnetize and a silence, like stuff like that. And they at least have like swarm as well, right? The curse plus the swarm gets applied, then Clinkz can go to town afterwards when the curse done ends. So it's not your most, you're not your best combos, but at least there's something there. Secret, not the biggest IO team. They're still running it this time around, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna make it work, because they've strayed away from this hero quite a lot anyway, even if it is so.
Let's find out here, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into this third game of the series. What do you sort of make of the potential for mid-1 this game on the Weaver? I mean, as the panel pointed out, a lot of times where we have seen Weaver look pretty good, it has been when it's been backed up by the IO. This time around, of course, mid-1, he's going to be doing it without that sort of enabling support that's going to allow him to do much outside of his own individual toolkit.
It's going to be a lot of kiting, I feel like, from both sides. Very limited catch really being in the game. Like, you have your Malefice stun, you have your tag team, you've got some root from the Ember, which I think that's why they went for this on Nisha, because they wanted to have some better forms of catch versus the Weaver. I think he could definitely like weave in and out of the fights pretty decently because there is that lack of disable, but I've literally only seen Weaver work a lot. I'm the same with the panel a bit. I've been a little bit hesitant on the hero a lot of the times, unless it's just like a phenomenal Weaver game, or if he has IO. So we'll see if he can make it work. And yeah, I think this one should be pretty action-packed.
Well, let's see. And with the lane setups, is there any sort of matchup here that you feel is going to be rather one-sided early on?
I think Timber could really suffer. I'm going to be watching bottom lane a lot because IO enables the Ursa to really be able to push the issue versus that Timbersaw. I don't know how this mid matchup goes. I don't think I've had to see Clinkz versus Ember. Clinkz does pretty good versus a lot of melee matchups because you literally just hit them. I
feel Clinkz. I think Clinkz is going to do fine.
Yeah, that's a pretty good lane for him.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, Nisha's gonna have to spend a lot of money on regen. So maybe he's gonna be able to get these last hits, but he's gonna have to spend that extra gold. So topped off. And yet, eyes on Saksa, he's just gonna pull the waves. Okay, so that's gonna be the solution rather than having to deal with laning. To manipulate it, and Puppy, he's gonna just follow it. He's got the tether on the creep. He's just gonna hit him the whole way. And I think they were prepared for this to happen. They have that ward already placed down early on for Puppy on the high ground, so they can just follow Saksa, keep tabs of him the whole time, and just keep hitting him with that creep.
Doing quite a bit of damage with that. Seb coming across, trying to stop Puppy from going any further, but tether over to Matu. He's going to be able to keep himself fine. And then what in that top lane? Is this a difficult one for mid-1 to farm into?
They should be able to clean up some Eidolons, but yeah, I think he's going to get slowed down a decent amount just because it's Enigma. Enigma's always going to get those free denies off, and if Zai is careful, he should be able to protect the Eidolons, especially at this point. No tell, he doesn't have splinter. Once he starts getting splinter best points, they can look to clean up those Eidolons, but first few levels, mid-1 will miss.
Sort of looking at this top lane, talking about Zai on the Enigma. Does this sort of strike you as a pretty solid Enigma game?
Yeah, looks real good. Very strong versus Timbersaw always. Like it a lot versus Wyvern pretty much at all stages in the game too. They both kind of counteract each other a lot, so I do like it. Just a super strong hero right now. Nisha is just taking an absolute beating in the mid lane. So he's like we said, he's got 13 last hits. He's holding his own, but yeah, he's gonna have to spend a little extra on that regen bottles here. Might have to bring extra. And I'm looking at OG, looking at how many sentries they brought to the top lane. 3 sentries to be able to protect the Weaver and just to protect maybe these like camps so they can try to get some pulls, because YapzOr is being a nuisance. He's always just gonna walk over, block the small camp, block the pulls inside. Now no tail.
I'm getting a little low here on the mid lane. Saksa did try for Nisha, but Nisha able to hold him back with the chains.
So the reason we don't see Wyvern too often is how weak he really can be in that laning aspect. Every time your Arctic Burn is used, you're just a liability. You're just really at risk of dying every time. YapzOr again, still level 1, but the most important thing he has to do in the game is block the pull. Do not let Wyvern reset the position lane. They will be able to get the sentry ward themselves. Now Notel though, in some trouble. Yep, so we're on him again.
Yep, so pretty much able to walk in aggressively and step out with these boots and windlace. They never really want to waste time chasing him, so they can get a lot of free damage in on the two of them.
They're getting pretty low up here, though. Do they have any regen on either? They don't yet on OG. They have a courier coming out with one set of tangos, but they are quite low. These Eidolons, it's going to start whittling them down pretty effectively. Good one.
They're about to hit 2 on
They're trying to get onto him. Still level 1. He now hits 2. And oh yeah, Notel has to go back to base. So he's running all the way back, and mid one. That's gonna leave him pretty sad top.
The 4-minute rune. It's going to be down bottom. Nisha. He's not going to be able to pick this one. Can he go for the slide play?
Try.
Or
Saxa knows he's trying for it.
Oh, he tries, but Saxa able to grab that and make sure that Nisha doesn't get
10k game senses. And as the Earth Spirit leaves the bottom lane, Seb was actually doing pretty well down here, but as soon as the Earth Spirit leaves, he starts to get pressured. And an interesting item build from Seb. He's actually got double break. It's kind of rare. I don't see that on tip. Mid. They go for Thompson.
They can finish him off. They can. And they get Nisha out of it, though. Saxa off the mark with the roll, but he is able to land the kick.
The dream as a support. Your mid laner dies, you TP in and get that experience. Very nice for Saxa. Good rotation from Puppy, something unexpected. You know, the IO making that TP move early on. He did see a nice opportunity for it.
Got it.
Isaiah is getting away with it. He's getting this full free farm up top. That's huge. A lot of the times we do see Enigmas. They start to get pushed away, especially when the Tusk does start to leave them, or their secondary support starts to leave them. Zai hasn't happened. Denying his Eidolons nicely.
And you feel what sort of a big part of the reason why he's able to play this well up top is because that Notel can only do so much as a Wyvern in this scenario.
Yeah, it takes you have to hit level 2 for your Splinter Blast to even be online, and you're really just Arctic Burn is just such a liability spell in the laning phase. Doesn't really do much of anything as they just sustain right through it. And the book's almost going to be up there first, as they're bringing some even more reveal. Not gonna have to not worrying about relying on sentries this time around for the side of Secret. They're bringing Dust to try to kill the Weaver. This OG, as I said, they started with 3 sentries top. Saxa, looking for this another rune here. 3 seconds.
So this time Nisha. Keep it safe for himself. Not an offensive rune though. Still gonna try for something on Thompson. Back up there from Saxa. Quick side of fist dodge. Will keep it safe for the roll. The dust is out. Thompson. He is going to get taken down here. As Nisha and Yaps are able to dive in under the tower. Kill. Get some good damage onto Saxa. Full stick though.
Now begin.
Regen rune going. Saxa. Is he able to cancel it? He is. Great the regen.
It's a little bit of a worry, though, that Thompson is dead twice, though. He does have the Falcon Blade. He is getting good farm in the mid lane, but you know, the panel did talk about it. It's very feast or famine for Thompson in these games, where he's either off to a killer start, where he's just assassinating everybody, or he is dying a lot. It already has happened twice now. He's going to have to back up and just resort to jungle, as Nisha's having a really good start in mid.
Especially when it came to CS, stay playing with the regen, it was a little risky, and Zap taken down, can't escape in time with the chains.
And Zai still fine up here. If the catapult wave comes in, he's able to clear that one out quickly with an Eidolon. And Saxa, he's trying to punish this.
They're diving in.
Is he able to get away? He's high level.
I mean, they've got the silence. Is there any sort of save for Zai? There's not. Zai goes down. Nisha, can he get anything in return? He's going to turn towards Saxa. The 3 of them running down the Earth Spirit and Notel, as Notel will try for the TP out. Remnant to jump over to the side, but Notel's going to get away. Just get Saxa out of this. The rest of OG able to back off in time.
Get away, you.
That was pretty close for them. Not even like if Zai lives another fraction of a second or something, he might be able to turn for Black Hole. That was really scary.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's good for them that they're able to get away for mid one. They'll be seeing some great lanes coming out from Secret though. So Ursa's getting a free start in the game, Ember's getting a free start, and your Enigma is not getting punished. He did get punished once, but he's already got that book one time. Weaver, he's gonna suffer in the lane a lot. As not level 6 just yet. They don't have a real for him up here, though. The dust was used before by Zai, so they don't have another one to look for the kill before he is 6. But with Book, I think they could really look to surround and start pressuring top super hard. Nisha, he's got an Arcane Rune too. He's going to start making the swing toward top. He sees that it's an Earth Spirit farming mid. Knows Clinkz is just jungling. Seeing opportunities to pressure as there's the Book one. No tell. Able to fly away.
Nisha did pop the Arcane. He might want to try and dive for these. Trying to grab No Tail, starting to bring him down with this Slider Fist spam. I mean, almost Slider Fist alone would have just done it. And he's in with the Remnants, clears out the trees. There's no escape for the Wyvern. Nisha gets a kill out of it. He's going to look towards mid.
Radiant's courier has
Thompson's
been
here too, so is Saksa.
See what they can set up on as they go in. On to Zai. Zai, he gets some heals over from Puppy. Oh, no!
Oh, what?
Oh, no! All right, I mean, it works out. Maybe not. No, they can't get mid.
No, it doesn't.
It does not work out at all. As Puppy, he is going to die. Mid one will fall. Okay, it works out a little bit.
Not bad.
All right, not bad. But Black Hole instantly put to a stop there by the snowball.
tower is under attack.
As well,
All right, well, that happens.
But they got 2 kills, you know.
They do.
Oh, we have it.
I think they may have been able to clean that one up without perhaps losing him because of the black hole, but either way, mistakes happen. Yapzor, a little bit of a slip up there. Still looking for the next move. He's still looking for No Tail. He's under the tower, and we get to see that again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Down with a what?
It did look really weird for a quick second.
Yeah.
It was very, because he was so quick with how he picked him up inside the snowball. It was like instant as he got the black hole off, so. All right, bounty rune reset. Seb, he'll be able to likely get the 2 bot. I actually say that. He's only going to get the 1. There's a Necrobook Archer that's going to kill one of the bounties off, I think. Pya! Side will be able to clean that one up. So, he's got 2 for 1 for Secret. Yapzor is leaving the bounty rune top for Nisha to refill the bottle, I think. What it looks like at the moment. And OG's on the hunt. Thompson has to start making some moves with Clinkz, with the Earth Spirit too. They can look to punish Zai.
That's the setup.
Got it.
Saksa able to find the angle, dropping everything. And to make sure that Zai dies quickly without any time for Secret to come in.
Yeah, I want them to start getting pretty active with Thompson. Every time he has like a death pact available, just start swinging around the Earth Spirit. They have good kill potential every time the Earth Spirit is able to set up on one.
So a little bit of a free kill here each time he's in lane when Nisha or Matu's around.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And mid one has to play recovery mode as this Weaver is. He's not had a bad start in the lane by any means, but
Dire are scanning.
mid lane. Yeah, sort
Lean
of.
in on to
Dire's
Thompson.
top tower
Happy with the
is under
backup.
attack.
Damage.
Just
Nisha's
running
here.
him down. They've caught him. Definitely doing a pretty good job of making sure that Thompson does not get out of control. 3 deaths
Radiant's
now
bottom
on the
tower
Clinkz.
is under attack.
Trying their best to slow his game
Dire's
down. Still
top tower is
second
under
highest in the
attack.
net worth, keeping
Radiant's
level with
bottom tower
MATUMBAMAN.
has fallen.
But every
This is-
time the Secret can kill him,
Dire's
it's definitely
top
going to make
tower has fallen.
that Clinkz a little less scary.
This is a scary moment here for OG. This is now, what, 3 times the Clinkz has died. Weaver mid one, he's trying to catch up and farm. And they have to send all their heroes mid. Timber's still getting some bottom, but Ursa, Matu is the big winner out of all this. He's getting so much more than mid one is. And mid one, he doesn't have an enabler. He at least thankfully has a Royal Jelly for himself, which I guess is kind of a mini enabler, but he doesn't have anything to buff him up for his team, like the Ursa does, who has an IO at the back. Seb bottom. 2 supports.
Dire's top tower is
Seb,
under attack.
Almost kill him.
Shot. Grab. Seb. He's out.
Did you see Yapzor's build, by the way? Falcon Blade Tusk.
Oh, well, there you go. A little bit of mana regen, a little bit of damage, a little bit of HP. I mean, it does it all right. You sort of said it before. It can be seen as a bit of a replacement to the drums.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess he's feeling like he can actually get into the fights and hit, and we did see it just coming into play, right? The overcharge versus the Timbersaw with the tag team. Okay. And Matu, there it is. Battle Fury online, doesn't have any stacks to work with, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna accelerate so much faster than mid one. I don't know how mid one really gets the time to catch back up. I think his team like really has to start causing chaos. They really have to start just making all these moves for the Weaver to get this space. Secret's just super happy with the way that the game has gone.
No, I think I have to agree. It's just on paper, it just doesn't look easy for the Weaver to carry this game, right?
And the thing is too is they picked double invis. And it is an Enigma who's going Necro 3. So I feel like for them approaching the team fights in these next few moments when Zai has this, it's going to be impossible for Weaver and Clinkz to get in. And Thompson just has the Death Pact and just play around that, maybe just eating Necro Book or just somehow clearing it out. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be really hard for them just fighting into Secret when they do get that 5-man death ball with Necro 3.
I think it's going to be incredibly important that No Tail is able to get some huge Winter's Curses after to stop them from diving in. But Matty's just coming in.
What?
Wait, what? Have we got to get a replay on that?
There's a sentry down. He didn't know.
But he just solo killed him. He just died solo to an Ursa Battle Fury. That's all he had. What happened?
Oh, God.
Oh.
And now Seb, not on top of him. They've got to relocate. This is falling apart so quickly for OG.
Oh dear. Oh dearie me.
And something small to point out, but I do want to point out because I think it's kind of clever what Zai did. With his Necro 2 summon, the Timbersaw was pushing the bottom wave super hard, and he actually cut the wave behind the Timber so that there wasn't actually any momentum coming from that push from Seb. So small little things. And now Book 3's online, so I feel like Clinkz and Weaver, their game, their team fight is just, it's just impossible. They can't walk in, they'll get rooted, and then they'll just die to even just in. So it's going to be a pretty hard 5 to 10 minutes where OG is going to have to try to endure the pressure that's coming. And he will be able to eat the book, like I said. So Thompson, he does eat that melee book with the Death Pact, so at least they have that type of count. That though on the Weaver versus Battle Fury. He's gonna farm so much faster than you. He's gonna get that next item up. Nisha. He is deep.
He's got a remnant now though, right?
He does. Yeah, he's gone. Lack of control, really the name of the game in this one.
Link done on top of the Battle Fury now. Look for the setup, mate. They can jump in onto Seb. No Tail, he's got the curse. Lay it down onto the tusk. They'll be able to turn, take down Yapsel. Saxa trying to roll in, but he's off the mark here. They split. Saxa's found himself underneath the tower. As Saxa goes down, Thompson trying to move it onto Matu, but with the enrage out, he's fine. They've got 4 heroes secret still. They're ready to hold back OG. If OG try to dive any further, they won't. OG. They'll hold off.
I think Thompson just has to literally save Death Pact for the entire game. Just every time Necro Book is up, just walk up and eat that warrior that is available right now. He's sitting on top of the Remnant top rune spawn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The Books will pull the creep wave aggro, and there he is. He eats it again.
They're going for Roche. They know there's no Winter's Curse. And that's pretty much the majority of the team fight potential for OG. Right? The curse is very important to really be able to tackle Secret at this moment.
Yeah, Curse and Magnetite now, there's no way that they can effectively fight it.
Let's go.
Easy for Matu. And now Blink, Battle Fury, a super enabled Ursa, now has the immortality to be able to dive super hard. And there's no ults, so now Secret, they're going to look to run in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Matu. Oh, he's in on Thompson. Whoa. And he's feeling strong, Matu.
He is. He knows the only person who can disable him. It's only the Earth Spirit. So if they see Saxa shows himself top, they're probably like, we can just go time. Like this Earth Spirit's the only form of control really on their team when there's no curse. Book is summoned up again. It's surrounding. Trying to hold on to the tower.
He's getting mana taken away. Matu's in.
Middle tower is under attack.
Wants some time in with the Yules. Cold embrace him a step. He's out of mana. Matu, is he going to be able to stay on top of his step? Able to find a little bit of burst to get out to the side on the backline. Saxa close the gap on the Zai. But Puppy's over, keeping Zai safe. Takes him over towards the side. Gives space for Matu to finish off Saxa whilst they keep Zai alive.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And now the Saxa's dead. They know they can play pretty reckless into this mid lane. No mana for Winter's Curse either on No Tail. Now he has to be careful. Alright, he gets slight chains there. He might actually go down. As the tower will drop. And mid one, he will at least be able to soak up the pressure, or soak up the space from this pressure. As the team does respond, he's able to at least finish up his next item, get that Yasha
Radiant's
done.
bottom tower is under
Don't know how much it's
attack.
going to help him. It feels like he needs the next item after that SNY, and I don't know what SNY is.
Dyer's middle
SNY. I guess the
tower
root
is
is something he
under
wants to be able to reduce, but that's not going to reduce black holes. At least it'll make him tanky.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's obviously that very appealing item for pretty much the carry in every game on pretty much every hero. But it's definitely interesting to see how different players prioritize it in their build-up. As we do see some, getting us that second, third item. Some carries they won't get it until sort of the last slot just to finish off their build.
Dyer's top tower.
Yeah,
is
and
under
also it's like
attack.
sometimes we do see the Manta to be able to address the fact that there is like Malefice to be able to dispel the chains too, but Manta on range zeros usually doesn't feel great, but Thompson is doing the Manta, so he does have his merits in this game.
All right, Saxa
Stop.
gets it onto Puppy. Puppy is
got
going to
him.
get taken out. Able to burst the IO. Matu wants to jump back in on this. He's thinking about it. He's going to go straight towards No-Tap. Seb, it's up in the air with the Yules. Matu committing to the enrage, holding his ground. He'll be able to finish up the Wyvern. Saxter rolls in. They've got mid one coming across, but Matu's already picked up the kill over to the side. He's locking down Thompson. Behind time for Matu to swing across. Thompson will get the kill onto Zai, but he'll fall for it. They've popped the Aegis, but they've lost 4 on OG. Mid one, the only one alive. They catch him with the dust. They're ready for the chase. Nisha, is he going to be able to grab him with the chains? But mid one's too quick. It's away with the Shikuchi. They try to come hunting for him in the trees with that relocate, but mid one is away. But the 4 heroes dying.
Dyer's top
Only
tower
Zai
is
going
under
down.
attack.
It's just another
Dyer's
smooth fight from
structures
Secret.
are fortified.
Such quick fingers from Zai too. He almost dies instantly to the Clinkz. The damage actually from Thompson was pretty crazy, but he gets the black hole. Even just a little instance of control allows Matu to get on him. And now Matu, we're talking about a little bit of difficulties for him to stick on these targets, stick on this Weaver and this
Dyer's top
Clinkz.
tower
He's got
is
Basher
under
already
attack.
after that blink. He is absolutely massive.
Basher's with the bullwhip, so he's ready to chase him down.
Yep. Thompson wants to get this next item
Got it.
pretty quick here, the Shard. It will be able to help out a lot, especially in those instances versus the Enigma. He would have had the kill because he would have had those 2 little extra guys, and we just have victory. He will be able to get that one next. Nisha.
Giving king.
Silence. Fair bit of damage, but again, Puppy's around to help out. Now they'll turn. And Malvin on Sax. So Matu's just straight over the back lines. Tears down No Tail. They
My
bring
God.
down Saxa. It's 19-8. 6K lead for Secret. As this game definitely looking to go the same direction as the first. As Secret, they are completely in charge right now.
This Ursa's just out of control. Like even Seth, he can't stand near towers
Dyer's
now.
middle
He
tower
has to just
is under
immediately
attack.
run away, and that's a tier 2 that they're gonna have to just sacrifice. Mid one, he's just gonna have to push out bottom as hard as possible. They're just have to watch this die. Thompson can do nothing about it.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
Got the blink on Zai now. Bottom lane mid one.
Radiant's
go for
bottom
Nisha.
tower is under attack.
He's got a remnant.
Can't do this alone, and in fact, Nisha's able to punch back just as hard.
Yeah. Yapsor's on the hunt too. They actually saw him though. Soxa did ping out the fact that Yapsor was swinging over. Should be okay. Say that, but Yapsor's trying for him anyway. Soxa is behind.
I mean, he's
Look
on
at
his own here,
ambitious
yeah.
He's like, I've got the Falcon Blade. I've got the damage.
And just trying to instill fear into them. He has got the backup of the relocate coming in. Saxa, he's trying to move it onto Yapsor, but Puppy's brought Nisha over. They'll get the magnetize off, but Saxa's gone. Mid-one trying to find Puppy here with the help of the backup of Thompson. They do get the IO. Nisha's having to deal with the 4 of them, but he's able to break out with the remnant jump. Watching from the side, he's looking for No-Tail. No-Tail immediately with the cold break. Will look for the bash, he's there. Onto Thompson. Thompson goes down. 7 as well. No-Tail's also going to die. He drops the curse.
Lucky.
Probably not the only curse that he's dropping right now, as this game's looking rough. OG, they've lost 5. And Matu just continues to clean up. 10-0-5. BKB is surely going to be on the way out.
Dyer's bottom tower is
I
under
think it was
attack.
OG. They connected really quick too, but Secret they showed up with their own force. Yapsor somehow survived during all of it, and Matu and Nisha just literally just kill everybody. Nisha just out-controlled in the fight. Matu as well. He's always picking and choosing his targets. Sits back, waits for the Wyvern. Cold Embrace came out like literally instant to protect him, but he just moves to the next target. Clinkz gets back. Instantly kill.
Lead just continuing to grow for Secret.
Look at poor Thompson. He just gets bashed and just completely eviscerated. Nisha just swinging in and out. He just gets in and out of the fight. Matu's able to hold its ground. Now it's an 11k advantage. Oh, and more mid one.
Oh no. Is he gonna be alright? Has he got any way out of this? He's got the tie up with the bash!
Oh my
Oh, he
god.
gets bashed! He did press the ult and he got bashed. I guess he wouldn't have had the chance anyway with the animation, but still, that's mid one down for 40 seconds. Another kill added to the list here from MATUMBAMAN.
This game is way too out of hand. This Ursa is just... He's just too big of a beast. The Clinkz and the Weaver,
Dyer's
they met their
bottom
match.
tower is under
The Bear
attack.
with the Basher. It's too much now.
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
Zion Yap's already smoking up, seeing if they can find some action out in the map whilst Matu pushes
They've got
the
the
bottom.
reload. So they can always,
Yeah.
if he gets a catch with the tag team with a punch,
Dyer's
with a
bottom
walrus punch, they will
tower
always
is
have the
under
follow-up without the relocates. And Thompson, he knows exactly
They're
where
in.
he is. Yep, so it's right on him.
They found Thompson. Jackson next to him. Zion's going to jump and drop the back all over the two of them. It's just two more easy kills here for Secret. It just doesn't stop her in this game. 28 kills here at 23 minutes in.
They just know exactly where OG is. Look, they're even pinging right now. Matu, go protect him because of the relocate.
Matu's going to move it onto Slash. Puppy keep it out. The curse is going to be dropped to cancel the TP. Puppy will fall. Matu with the BKB commits onto No-Tail. He'll get one. He's turning towards Mid-Bon. Mid-Bon, he's got to hope that he doesn't get bashed here. He's going to get bashed. He gets the time lapse up, put it straight into the snowball. Dust is out with the Shikuchi Mid-Bon. He's hiding. Matu's ready to chase. Are there any more bashes here
He's got a
from
blink.
Matu? He's going to be able to blink if he wants to chase. He certainly does. He wants Mid-Bon. Mid-Bon should be fine, though. Shikuchi, again, able to save him, as this time Mid-Bon will get out alive.
Get out alive, but lose their Wyvern if just continue to have no control of the map whatsoever. Secret, just swing from lane to
Dyer's
lane,
top
getting kill
tower
after
is
kill
under
after kill.
attack.
Nisha now almost has a full Aghanim. They're trying to set up for him up top. But it has to be Sox if he's able to get the connection. He is.
And he does.
Get it, though.
Finds the opening, and straight away
He's got
Nisha.
illusion.
He has that illusion rune. It's going to be enough to save him. Remnants out, they'll yields him up, but he's straight over. They're still trying to chase, but now backups here. They do kill Nisha, actually. They're able to get him. But time has been bought for Secret to turn up. Matu's going again straight for No-Tail. No-Tail actually has to separate himself this time, right? They've got the silence down, and Matu gonna kill him off. Matu pops the enrage. He's still got the BKB. He's gonna pop his tag. He's gonna turn towards step. Puppy comes in with the tether, keeping him alive. The snowball comes up for Yap to Matu.
Oh my God, he's alive.
Finally, he's gonna be able to live. He's gonna be able to live. He gets out of there. Puppy with the save. They've killed off a fourth. The Saxon goes down. I mean, it's just too much
my
for OG.
God.
It's too much. They cannot deal with Secret here.
Was he out of stones too? Like, did Soxa kick him because he had no stones left? I think that was the case, right? Because it actually kicked him on the low ground and allowed Puppy to get in range of the tether. That might have saved Matu, I wonder.
I mean, he was so close to going down.
so
Dyer's
But
top tower is under attack.
every little thing coming into play there, keeping the bear alive, making sure that Matu's KDA does not get hurt at all.
Yeah, I really think he ran out of stones because he chased super hard to get that
Shit,
kill. He did great connections from Soxa, but yeah, he ended up kicking Matu on the low ground, and maybe it was the same as we see it here. He might have died. Yeah, he kicks, but no, he had a stone to function with, so that...
He would definitely have been dead.
We saved them.
I guess Matu would still been able to pop BKB in enrage. Because he did have fight. He did have fight, but he was
Yeah.
holding them pretty long.
Yeah,
Fallen into the radiant.
as now they're able to get an Aegis. And they're still in a comfortable spot with OG. If they were able to get maybe some small kills, maybe some potential for them to come back, is now the game really just completely out of hand. Puppy now has a cheese. So all these situations where perhaps they get a big kill, it's going to get turned around if they don't know how to dress on Puppy. He's going to be able to heal them up to full.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yapsor already on the hunt,
Dyer's top
smoking
tower
alone
is
because he
under
always has that
attack.
relocate.
Radiant's middle
And they have the
tower
Abyssal
has
on the
fallen.
Ursa, so it's a pretty guaranteed kill if they can get on top of mid one. Is in position though for
Dyer's
the
top
turret.
tower has fallen.
BKB on Zion.
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So chasing.
they'll find No-Tail.
They'll get one.
There was not much fighting.
immediately sent back top. Seb, he actually chases out
Radiant
forward.
structures
I think
are
it actually
fortified.
scared Secret for a second. They didn't go for him. They see Thompson for a second, though. Thompson does go the right way.
Radiant's
So many
bottom
sentries
tower
covering his
is
escape.
under attack.
There's one lane.
Radiant's
Nisha.
bottom tower
Nisha?
has fallen.
Silence on the march.
Synthesize him with the black
And
hole.
there's the hole.
And he's able to drop it onto mid one. That's all he needs. That's all he wants. I think we heard it.
Saksa.
Oh,
He didn't get rolled out. Oh my God, that slight just missed
yeah,
him.
that must have been just off the mark. We won't see him. Saksa will get away.
And there's just, at this point, there's no itemization that the Clinkz and the Weaver can do to protect themselves. There's like, Yapso's level 18. This Clinkz is level 17.
I mean, Yapso's going for it in the mid.
He just did.
All right, I mean, he's got the backup. He will die for this, but Matu's been able to get in onto No Tail.
To wash your blood from my
Matu get
claws.
another one out of this. No Saksa rolling away. I mean, he loses his life, Yapso. As a support for a support there in that situation, and I guess when you're down 15k, it's going to be favorable to OG. It's a little something.
Yep. Yaps was just being kind of a psycho, I feel, this game. I think he knows how comfortable in a position they are that he's able to go for those little solo plays, just get Matu in to clean up some kills. Very selfless Yapsor, as it's not usually the case. You know, we're used to seeing Yapsor being more about himself, but he is like 5'2", 16. He's owning this game anyway, so. Side, he's set up for the next
Radiant are
target.
scanning.
Thompson was seen up top for a moment. They have ward coverage all around the area too. They actually saw Thompson for a second.
Just chilling in OG's triangle. Thompson.
Thompson.
Go for Zaya. It's a lot of damage now.
Nice.
The extra
But now
skeletons.
himself.
Nisha can punish him.
Oh, they saw him.
They've got backup protection now, so it comes in drops of dust. Thompson is at least able to spend up his cash. He's going to have
And he does
Deso
force,
ready for next time.
relocate. Yep. Gets to relocate, they get an extra kill on Puppy, and he does force all of Secret to the far left side of the map. So at least OG is going to be able to get some time to farm on this right side. I say they're going to get time, but look at Matu. He's just a single-man force running into the enemy triangle.
I mean, he really is. He's just running at them alone. He's able to just step up, take down No Tail, and it feels that very little can be done to stop him. They're going to try and turn. He pops the enrage. He's got the back of a Yapsor. If they turn to lock down Saxa, Saxa tries to roll away, but Matu, he's got the back. He takes down Saxa. And that's from Midbon, keeps him alive. Matu is getting rather low. Can they finish him off? They cannot. As the edge is gone, but now the backup. Nisha comes in with the chains. Onto Midbon, onto Seb. Midbon trying to run, but they've got the magical with the shards and the remnants.
And
They
Seb-
take down the Weaver. They take down the Timbersaw. Triple kill for MATUMBAMAN as his game continues to go untouched. 20-0-11. Pretty much got the money for the Swift Blink. He's level 25. It really has been perfect for him.
You know, last game may have been the top show with his Ricky. This one is, it's just all the MATUMBAMAN show. He's level 25.
Dire's
and
middle
he's
tower
just,
is under attack.
this is insane. Like 22k now worth of 30 minutes. Yeah, that's GPM anyway. 733 on Ursa. Like that's pretty damn high.
Dire's structures are fortified.
What can they do about him, OG? Ready for the base defense, but Seth still down for
Dire's
30.
middle tower
With one
is
out as well
under
for
attack.
20. Really not wanting to spend his buyback as what's his gold already lacking behind that.
Thompson is setting up
MATUMBAMAN.
the defense. He's going to set up more skeletons. Invis again. So they've got 4 up right now, and he is doing decent damage because he has the quiver plus the death hit. So it actually does
Dire's
force
middle
Matu back a
tower
bit.
has fallen.
They don't want to commit it to all these skeletons either, as now there's 6 of them down.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
So they'll give some respect to OG for their defense. Pick up, finish the next few items as bam, Swift Blink done.
There as well, another item faster than the patch faster tip from Matu.
Yep. This is the best Ursa game I think I've ever seen, honestly. Ripping them all to shreds with ease as
I mean,
Matu.
the Thompson and Mid one are looking for action up here. They're going to find Puppy.
They're on Puppy.
He's got the Ghost Scepter. He's fine. Matu's actually going to jump straight in.
Got no Scepter.
He's going to go straight in onto No Tail. Look over towards Stacks. Stacks is able to roll away. Matu turns towards Midbon, but Midbon gets the time-lapse off in time. The vegetation out, dust in place. They roll straight over towards him. They lock him down.
God.
No chance for Midbon in another fight.
They're relocating. They're cutting them off. Saksa heads north.
And Nisha.
Nisha's on his hip.
Straight in with the remnants. Can they find him? Saxa. Oh, he's very far away with that cliff movement.
Wow, he like surfed the
Oh,
edge
yeah,
of the
he-
map there as the air spirit. That was pretty dope.
Grinded along the cliff.
Yeah. But Matu, he sees another target. He saw Clinkz show himself in the mid lane, so he starts running at him immediately.
There we go again. Look at the distance covered here. There's no chance of catching this Earth Spirit.
It looked really cool. Like, I know usually we see it. Usually you end up like flying off of the map, but the way he lined up was right on the edge of it, just skirting it. A nice visual thing, but not so much in the game for them, as OG still
Dire's middle barracks are
just
under
really
attack.
getting bullied here by Secret. Or mid one especially. Never able to do anything in the game. 2-7 and 5 this week.
One stab.
Dire's
Fully
middle
interested
barracks
stab.
fallen.
Oh, Matu's just in again!
Matu,
Every time he sees no tail, he just
No
goes
tail.
straight away onto the Wyvern. No holding back from Matu. A step towards third step. Getting low. The disarm comes to an end. Matu picks up another. He's over towards Thompson. He'll take Saxa instead as Saxa presents himself, rolls in. Matu quickly tears him apart.
24-0 as well.
Dire's top tower. is under
322 lasted. My god. Thompson, he's setting up the army.
attack. Dire's top tower.
What can
is
Thompson in the mid
fallen.
one do? They're going to try poking at Matumbaman.
Don't poke the barrel.
No, he's going to get mad. Oh, he tried to
Dire's
TP
top
out.
barracks has fallen.
Ooh, he's got the back up. Yapso's in. Nisha jumps towards the back lines. Midpoint having
They're
a good time
relocating him
to
out.
get away. No tail. He's getting taken down by Nisha. A lot of damage coming out from Thompson and Midpoint though. Nisha's in here. Underneath the skeletons. Nisha, he's gonna go down. Size him with the black hole though. The counterplay is there, but Midpoint's off to the side and Midpoint's able to get the damage done. Him and Thompson get another. They'll turn over now toward Yapso. See if they can bring this down. Midpoint's gonna separate himself from the bear. Saxa getting low. Midpoint punched up by Yapso. Midpoint trying to Shikuchi away. He managed to keep himself safe. There's been the setup here from the curse. OG, they've got the lockdown onto Matumbaman. He's holding the BKB. He's trying to run with the physical from Thompson and Midbon. It's a lot. Thompson kiting out the bear, waiting for the enrage to come to an end as they turn. They take down Poppy. They take down Matumbaman as well. It's a triple kill for Midbon. OG having to use a couple of buybacks, but somehow really against all the odds, they're holding themselves into this game somehow.
They took that fight really nicely, actually. Just maybe Matu being a little bit too eager, just standing up there, taking a bit too much damage. They have to relocate and reset themselves. So while that relocate happens, Nisha commits in, and then the black hole comes off to try to follow him. But the Ursa wasn't back yet. He was still getting relocated back. OG with the numbers, able to actually take the fight for the first time in this game. Fun.
I mean, the Ursa was back yet, and on OG's side, Midbon wasn't caught in the black hole, so he was able to still do a significant amount of damage onto Zai. As we see it here,
Radiant's
out to the
middle tower
side.
is under
Sure,
attack.
he locks them down, but Midbon's able to
Radiant
still go to work, and by the time the black
structures
hole's ended, Zai, he's straight up dead.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, mid
is
one.
under
He did
attack.
a great job kiting this fight. I just was watching him for the most part.
Yeah.
He was really getting
They
in and
couldn't
out
quite
of
get
it.
him.
Yeah, they couldn't stick on the targets. They did a great job of
Radiant's
kiting up
middle
Matu.
tower
Now they
has
finally
fallen.
get space on the map, move out, pick up
Radiant's
some couple
top
items that they
tower is under
desperately need in the
attack.
game, and maybe some signs
Radiant's
of hope
top
for OG.
tower
Still a
has
pretty
fallen.
tall mountain to climb for this game, but definitely some signs of life.
Absolutely. You need a few more of these, a fair few more of these. They've already managed to shut a 27k
Radiant
deficit
are
down to
scanning.
17. So they're definitely turning it in the right direction for themselves. That's bottom lane. Sure. Be fine it. Dodge that. Off from Saxa.
He's still a very tough kill. You know, the only reason that Nisha did die is because he committed. He full committed with all of his remnants to get into that fight there. Usually he should be able to just swing himself out because he's got 33 armor. He's also level 25 too. He's got Elven Tunic. He's got all this evasion and stuff. So he is very tanky. Just need to overcommit a little bit. See, hand a bit. Still in a very comfy spot.
Radiant's
As
bottom
Matu, gonna
tower
check
is
out that
under
Roche.
attack.
It's gonna spawn. Kill it with... Looks to start committing. Can OG... I don't know if OG can actually swing over there. That does not look like a fun
They
play.
can't get her in time against an Ursa.
That,
do it too
and
quickly.
Secret's actually expecting them to, though. Look at Matu. He hasn't started yet. He just keeps prepping the overpower for someone to show on this ward.
I mean, maybe he kind of wants them to come over, you know?
I think so. They use buyback. So if he sees Thompson, he kills
Yeah.
Thompson, or
Scanning.
it's just game over, right?
Yeah.
There's no Clinkz then. So, yeah, really looking to scout. They're even sending the Necro books around that ward to see if there's anyone invis kind of checking it out. Very patient here from Seek. And they're under ward vision, so they smoke, but it's under that vision of OG. OG is aware of it.
I mean, and for OG, do you want to take this fight around the pick?
Doesn't seem like a great place to fight versus BKB Blackpool. Seems like a really tough way to actually approach. And now the refresher shard too. Will they give that to Nisha? I like it for Nisha. Refresh all those fire remnants.
Stunning.
Might just give it to Zai anyway, but yeah.
They're going to try and make the move in onto MATUMBAMAN. Yules here waiting some time in the enrage. Matu getting taken out for now by Puppey. Over to the side. Nisha having to step away from Thompson and his skeleton army. And move over towards Nisha, chasing him down, forcing him to jump back yet again. A lot of damage onto the Ember. Matu waiting for the chance to get back in on this. He watches from the high ground.
Mid one's starting to hurt. He's level 25, so he's got that extra Geminate too. And now he's got Scotty. So he is starting to hit them pretty hard. Matu, waiting for an opportunity.
He's going to go for it.
He's got the enrage.
Jumps in, gets the bash. He's got enough damage. The cold embrace will come out. Buying some safety here for them. He's put us up with the Witch's Curse, but it doesn't matter. The bash comes out. Onto Midbone. Midbone will put the buyback. There's Thompson. He's got the physical damage to take down Zai. Step still alive for now. Now the turnover towards Stacks for Step. He's getting low. Matu, can he quite finish him off? The cold embrace for no take. Looking Step safe for now. Step still alive. Down the chain out of the side. A Step will win. The Chakram turn is here. The first him out. Does get caught by the shout. Zai goes down. Puppey trying to TP out, but Matu, he's been left in the front of this all as they're able to pick him off as well. He's out for 100.
Are under attack.
Oh my god, and now the Clinkz also hits level 25. A lot of buybacks again. OG, they did have to use 3 to just join back into the fight to protect themselves, but a pretty decent one is Matu. He's gone for 80 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the army of skeletons that Thompson was able to lay down.
So much damage.
By the way, it really was. Like Nisha had to cheese and reset and run away. Got the Ursa isolated. Now tower being brought down very quickly.
Yeah, so trying to fend them off. 2 heroes down. Caution, and now at this stage, we can see a lot of buybacks being used over the past 5 minutes from OG to allow them to turn this. They're still in a risky position if they lose some of their cores.
OG's used every single hero's buyback. If they lose anybody, they're gone for a long time. Wyvern, sure, he's still dead, but can move?
They're getting a lot done with this guy.
Still dead.
They're getting a lot done.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's going to be 2 sets of racks here that OG's able to take away from Secret Yapto. Jumps in. Zai, he's in. He's in for the center. He's found the back line. He's managed to catch Thompson. He's managed to catch Saxon. And they got the damage to bring down Thompson. Saxon, Thompson able to get the heal off on Thompson. He's still alive. As Nisha is desperately trying to chase him, but sets Nisha up with the ult. Stops him from being able to chase the Clinkz. As Thompson, he's ready to turn. Sends some more skeletons. Mid one starting to push back onto Nisha yet again. Nisha want to chase him outside the base. He doesn't. As we're
got the level 25 Clinkz, and did you see what item he purchased? He's got the Helm of Dominator too.
So what's the strat here?
You get yourself a huge creep with high HP and just eat it, and then you have this bonus from your level 25, so it's like this 50%, 150% bonus, 17% damage bonus too. Pretty huge. He's always gonna have the creep available to eat now. Somehow OG in these last 2 fights have been able to take it with these buybacks. But now, as we've mentioned, they have no buybacks available on absolutely anyone. So they have to be really careful in this next fight. They're really bringing it in secret. Matu, he has to get protection. When he starts getting kited around, when he starts getting focused on by the Weaver and Clinkz, he needs a little more help.
Radiant
that's insane. Like, this helmet, the Dominant, that's an insane amount of health and damage.
Uh-huh. Does he have the creep ready? He does, right? Right next to him? Yeah. There you go. 5k HP. Look at his damage on the Clinkz.
5k HP?
He's hitting well over 500 now.
Oh my goodness.
This might be enough for them to just kill the Enigma. Like, sure, you don't have a BKB canceler, but you just kill him inside of the black hole if Thompson's not caught in it. This damage might be too overwhelming for Secret now at this point. They're surrounding Puppey and Matu.
They're able to get in onto Puppey. Puppey! He pops the ghost step to Matu. He turns towards Saxon, but the curse is down, holding Puppey back. Matu, he's trying to finish off Saxon, but Saxon's going to be stepped in. Bone embrace keeps him alive. They jump over with the missile on towards Thompson. That is downside. He's looked down Thompson, and they got the damage to kill the Clinkz. They're throwing everything onto him, but Thompson, he's still alive. The Manifest is there. Thompson held in the midnight pulse, though it's enough damage. Thompson will fall. He'll buy back. Nisha and Puppey both low. They're looking for No-Tail. Puppy's actually going to TP out of this mid one. He's getting back in, but actually not able to finish off Puppy. As Puppy with the Ghost Scepter TP
Dyer's
gets
top
out,
barracks are
not
under
allowing
attack.
opportunities for mid one to right-click him down. As Thompson immediately using the buyback. He's going to be able to find himself a DD rune. And again, Matu is down for 70 seconds.
So much damage he took in the fight. Like, he's under Midnight Post Black Hole, and he stands his ground and survives throughout all of it, and still survives a little bit afterwards. Matu does go down. Still a good fight from Secret. With that Black Hole coming in, but Jesus, this is a scary game.
Yeah.
Tops, look at his damage. He's doing 700. I don't even know, like 800 damage right now. Like 700.
As I said, come on, maths.
I know. Hey, the quiver too. Come on. And
Okay,
that's
okay. Well, yeah, that's advanced. Thompson.
He gets his DD dispelled. The book. 25 seconds still. The full squad's back. No-Tail. He's got the ninja gear. He's keeping himself smoked up in the back so that he can avoid those jumps from the
Mid-one. Mid-one's going in. Going right at the mere forcing the back of the Fountain. Thompson, he's starting to try and end the game. He's moving to tier 4. They've got the Silas Hound and Nisha. Yeah, but he also is able to dodge the stun. But at the same time, Saxo is able to make it back on the side. They'll turn over towards Saxo. Saxo's deep, and he'll pay for that.
They need Saxa. They have to back away without him. There's no way they can look for a fight without the Earth Spirit. Nice slight dodge there coming out from Nisha again. As we see here, he picked up a Lincoln Spear, I believe, as his last item, and he did get a Spell Prism, so one of the fortunate items that he could have gotten. And looking at Zai, I think he's realizing, like, my god, Clinkz tanked a whole Midnight Pulse Black Hole. I need a second Midnight Pulse. He's almost got Axe.
I mean, that will do the job. That's going to be a solid counter to this sort of incredible 5k HP hero that Thompson can become.
Unless the Black Hole gets canceled, he has to be very careful. No-Tail has been in position a lot of these times to be able to do so, and he's had a hard game. Like, No-Tail is 2-15. He is really just getting focus fired by Matu. And Matu does need to keep doing so, as this game really go both ways now at this point.
Still in a bit of a shaky situation when it comes to the buybacks, of course. OG.
Yep. They did use Topsons in that last one. That's absolutely true. They do have a couple of those other ones coming back up, but Topsons really feels like it's by far the most important.
And at this point as well, with the way that OG's being able to hold on, do OG need to play on the aggressive, or can they sort of play this waiting game against Secret?
It's so scary. Like, if Topson literally just gets BKB, if he just dies to a Black Hole, the game is probably just over. So it's scary to make those type of plays without just straight vision of them. If they get vision of them, perhaps they could look for a smoke play, but they only have these two orange bottoms. At least he's the Ursa, but Secret's not playing around that one, so it's a risk. If they want to make that play, you know, you got to accept the fact that it's high risk, high reward. But with no buyback still for a very long time, 4 minutes. They're getting aggressive though. They're looking to play around that vision at the moment.
Time here. Buybacks to be in a bit more of a comfortable spot. So mid one's going to have his back in 10.
I think Secret was also trying to farm their buybacks. They didn't have the gold on Matu or on Nisha for the last few times because they're just, you know, level 27, level 28. These buybacks are expensive. They've committed most of their gold. Now they have it ready. So now they will have an extra force ring to the team fights as well. As we see the Helm of Dominator Ancient running down mid.
There we go. Die here though. The last of the dinosaurs. As Matu, he's on to mid-one. Mid-one, he's been chained. They've got the cold embrace. Winter's Curse knocks down Matu's side. He's getting in position for the black hole. He's going to be able to drop it. He's going to be able to find the three of them. He's locked down mid-one. He's going to go down. He buys back straight away. Get back in on the action though. Over to the side. Nisha being locked out. They've lost tack to the move. Thompson, the cold embrace buys some safety, but Matu's just able to build up the spike. Thompson caught straight in front of the bear as he goes down for Secret roll over towards No Tail. As this is the sort of fight that really puts OG back in the position they were. They were finding themselves very early this game. Mid one and Saxy, can they find any sort of pick-off really to break apart this potential push from Secret?
They have to cause some type of havoc here because it's 100 seconds with no Clinkz. Secret, they scout out the rush. It's not up. It's about up in 40, but they're going to look to run down in lane right now. It's 40 seconds before their Enigma does spawn, but Zahid's hard in that fight. He gets the black hole onto the 3. They don't have the cancel. They do kill him pretty quickly, but it does enough of the control. It gets mid one taken out and Sep. And then Thompson's just alone. Sure, he's got his little army of his skeletons, but versus these 3, he's got no hope. Secret walking up onto the high ground. Big gold injection too. Matu now 6k gold. And they know Thompson's not back for
a long time.
Like it's the whole duration.
Mid one. They're going to try and turn. So yeah, absorb, but Nisha's coming in.
Hanky.
Chains on mid one. Mid one's still happy to hold his ground.
They can secure megas. They still have 50 seconds without the Clinkz. Size respawning as well. Does he have bots at the moment? He does not. So he can't actually go back to join his team.
They're a little scared.
Back away.
They don't want to try and
Roche.
commit for the megas. They're playing it safe.
Yeah, the Roche, they have their couriers in Roche, so they're going to go pick up an Aegis, a Cheese, a Refresher Shard, and an Ags. Sweet.
Yeah.
Matu might look to pick up himself his Shard too, then he gets to get 3 Ags and a Shard. But not even more so. Because he is both slotted, so.
He's easily got the money to do so as well.
And he showed also getting another hold of control. I was waiting until he did upgrade it. He's gone for the Gleipnir. Very effective this game versus those mobile heroes. Timber, Weaver, Clinkz, Earth Spirit. Super late pickup, but it will prove to be pretty effective versus no BKBs. They only have like Mantas and Wives to prevent any of those roots. And yeah, Ags on Ursa. Who else got what?
Aegis on Ursa.
Restaurant Enigma. Cheese probably later. Where is the Cheese? Am I blind?
Go!
Hey, it's on Nisha.
Nisha.
Okay, Nisha does. Oh, so am I blind? What's going on? A DD? Ooh, DD spawn stop.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Got it.
36,000 gold lead now. 63 to 26.
Somehow OG are still holding on. I mean, last time around it was a 27k lead. We saw OG being able to push it back down to about
Damage empowers me.
nearly sort of half that. Now the challenge has definitely been up to another level.
Yes. They haven't really
36K.
picked up. They haven't really picked up any other items either, really. Like Thompson has 4k, but they've had to keep using these buybacks constantly to come back into the fights to have a chance in them. So they haven't really picked up much of value.
Go for Seb. Seb getting a lot of stacks here built up upon in the Winter's Curse. Lockdown Matu give chance for Seb to try and get out of it, but Nisha's onto the back line. He's in onto No Tail. No Tail posts the Glimmer to try and keep himself safe. Seb and No Tail both rather low. The DD's been popped by Nisha here and over to the side. He's got the black hole. Saxon's rolled straight into it. He drops the black hole, takes down the 2 of them as he locks down both Midboard and Sax, so they're both out of the game for 2 minutes. And now they move over to catch Thompson as well, as Thompson, he'll try his best to run, but they've got the catch with the chains to bash. Thompson's down. He does have buyback, so does No Tail, but this time it's going to be 100 seconds without Mid1 and 80 without Saxon.
At mid one, the play that he goes there with Sox, that they try to take Zai out of the equation, just kill him before anything, but he just turns, he just midnight pulls black holes the 2 of them, and they actually just die for the attempt, pushing him away. And now he did pop the refresher shard immediately. He's got another black hole, right?
Yes, he's, I mean,
and
pretty.
It's just the Timber and the Clinkz.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna pull either one of them.
Tower is under attack.
One of those would definitely end the game here, if it's not going to end already. The Secret with 44k lead. Ready to claim the megas.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
What OG's got left for themselves here.
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
They gotta just watch.
Dyer's
Just wait till they have the Wyvern up before you do get caught. At least you have a way to prevent one of the black holes a little bit.
I'm in that box down. He knows the Stacks have tried to reclaim the gem. They're moving in on the Step. He's in trouble. He needs help, but he needs it now. Cold Embrace helps him for a little bit of a moment. Curse will look down for the Cyber Size in. Black holes down onto Thompson and on to Snowtail. That should be enough to end the game. There'll be a buyback coming out from No Tail. just got nothing else to offer here. As Matu moves over to the Wyvern, GG is called as Secret will finally be able to close out this game through a quite